Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here tonight for another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. Now, I am very, very, very excited about tonight's guest. I actually met him in Overland Park, Kansas, which is just outside of Kansas City, and I hope it's not Overland Park, Missouri. I don't know. But he is an awesome guy. So I ask you if you would please, please, please share this episode out. Give us all kinds of likes, thumbs up, hearts, whatever. Just give us something to help us beat the algorithm on Facebook. I know it'll be very important for somebody to hear this message because this is all about how to get back in the game after losing your foundation. So, with no further ado, I would like to bring up Chuck. Hey, Coach.
What's up, my brother?
How are you?
I'm blessed every day. You know that.
It is fantastic to have Ohana on here tonight. So I'm honored. Yes, me too. Me
You
too.
know how I feel about you, my brother.
Yeah. So if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself, I'm going to be inviting some people on my phone. So if I'm looking down, I'm paying attention. I'm just looking
No
down.
worries. No worries. Okay. So, aloha to all of you that came on. And as my brother said, share this message because I think it has some value to it. And I'm grateful that he invited me onto his show. And it couldn't have happened at a better time for the topic that he's bringing up. So, my name is Coach Chuck, AKA Chuck Prinzen, vice versa. I'm from Fairfield, California, originally from Long Beach, California. And I am the CEO and founder of a consulting firm called Me Inc. Now, which stands for Me Expressing I Need Change Now. And I do what I do because I help people become aware of generational cycles of negativity or negativity passed on to others to help share in positivity. And that's what my workshops and that's what I'm all about. Good coaches coach X's and O's. Great coaches coach life.
That is fantastic. And I definitely appreciate what you do because I know there are a lot of people out there that can definitely use what you do because it is powerful. But tonight, I know that everything people show on social media is often the highlight reel, and they often do not show what is going on in their life exactly. They show only the good things that are going on in their life. And I don't really understand it, but I get it that people just want to show off. But I know because I was in a car wreck that nearly cost me my life, and I was in a coma 2.5 months. I was told I wouldn't walk or talk again, but here I am right now, and I want to help you guys get through whatever you are dealing with. So, we talk about what other people have been through on this show. So, I need to ask Chuck or Coach. Gosh, why'd I called you Chuck? That seemed weird.
Wait a minute, is that one right there?
Yeah, it's Coach. But so, has there been anything in your life that has set you back or put you on a new path?
Well, life always has different bumps in it, and the answer is, I had a very large bump that I had to deal with. I've lost 6 family members in the last 18 months. More recently, my significant other, the love of my life, my very first, uh, and the mother of our daughter. I lost her. You know, I had stabilization. I had a foundation. I was simple. My life was simple. And then when she passed, uh, Christmas Eve, 2021, my life has not been simple anymore. It's not the foundation has been very rocky, and it's not necessarily from grief. The grief causes other things. I call it stinking thinking. The brain, the mind will travel, and will cause you to go through, go off path of what your journey is. You have a path that you were given when the Creator gave you life. So this path that you're on, this journey that you're on, sometimes the path will vary off in other areas. If they're not supposed to vary off on, you'll get a piece of what it's like. He's like, no, I need to get back on the mainstream, man. So that's kind of sort of what I want to talk about today, because yes, I have. And just recently, in the last 24 hours, I got a hold of the stick, and I pulled this ship upright. So it's actually a really good time, because I've had a couple lives that I did today on this particular topic, and I think it's very powerful.
Yes, I was actually on one of those lives, and that's where I came up with the title for tonight's show. So
you stealing product from me?
Yes, I certainly did. So that's awesome, Chuck, or Coach. Gosh, why do I keep doing that?
I'll tell you what, say Coach Chuck.
No, yeah, Coach Chuck. I could do that, but that seems strange too.
Okay.
So, but whatever. How was... All right. So losing your wife had to be one of the toughest things you've ever had to do in your whole life. Now, how was it watching? She suffered, correct? I can't remember exactly, but how did you deal with watching her suffer?
So you and I talked earlier, and I told you that we could go down this. I'm going to touch on it a little bit, so the viewers can understand the journey that Mapuana, that was her Hawaiian name, Catherine Kahala Mapuana Momi Kelly Yamamoto was her name.
That's a lot to remember.
And and I'll tell you that in a minute. I'll get to that. So I want to give a little brief of we battled cancer for 10 years. We didn't win. And my life has not been the same since. The ship has been very rocky.
Cancer sucks.
I got another word for that rhymes with sucks, but anyhow, so yeah, we've had to deal with that. I'm going to touch on that. Mapuana and I were parents at 15 and 17. We were first, and we had a child in 1973. I was so damaged that life took me away from her, and she went in her direction, and we lived in our life, and there's a purpose or a reason for everything that happens in this life. 33 years after separating in 1973, 74, we were reunited. I was given a second chance, and I was there for her, and there was a reason. Because she needed a man to get her through her journey. I was given that opportunity because I didn't take it the first time. What did I get? I have generations of dysfunctional family that don't know each other. That's what I'm talking about. Generational cycles of negativity are real, whether they're child abuse, domestic violence, alcoholism, drugs, suicide, dysfunctional families. They all fall under generational cycles of negativity passed on until change is made. Well, I got that change. I got her back, and she gave me family. When she passed, we now have 17 grandchildren, 7 children between us, 17 grandchildren, soon to have our 6th great grandchild. She's no longer with me. My life went from stability to rocky, to try to figure out what is going to happen. Family members asking me, where are you going to go? What's going to happen to you? You always have a place to stay. And I kept saying, I don't know. I don't know how the chip's going to fall, because every time you think how something's going to happen, something else. Okay. I do know this. This is now getting into the depression, the funk, the stinking thinking will take over your mindset. and your mind will take over your body. And it will cause you to be in a deep spiral because your body reacts off your mind reacts off the heart. Okay. But when your heart is broke, it sends the feed to the mind, and the mind says, oh no, I feel your pain. Boom, have some anxiety. Boom, have some depression. Boom, have some sorrow. Boom, think about suicide. It will take you there.
It's crazy.
And I allowed it to happen to me. It will take you there. So on the losing someone, and again, I've lost 6 in 18 months, very close to me. Father, niece, my baby, my best friend that I've known since 1967, a week and a half ago. I've had a lot of death surround me lately. And it also surrounded me where I started having some medical issues, and that too, on top of everything else, the grief, what does the future hold for you? You have no stability, you have no foundation, you're on rocky ground, and you're taking a step by step, and sometimes those steps don't feel real good because your mindset is off. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So what is the best way for someone to get out of that cycle of stinking thinking, as you say?
You gonna steal that one too?
No, actually that is from Zig Ziglar. So
Oh, well, that was from my father. So I think he did. I think he followed Ziegler.
Yeah, probably.
So go ahead.
All right. So what is the best way for someone to get out of what you consider stinking thinking? And what would you consider stinking thinking?
Okay. The stinking thinking is what controls you. That's your mindset. Okay. Depression will cause you to do things that you don't want to do. Anxiety will cause you not just your state of mind where now everything around you is off balance, is very rocky, but it will cause you the stinking thinking, and the stinking thinking is breaking down the fact that you're now thinking in negativity. Stinking thinking is another word for negativity. Okay. So when the negativity starts coming into your brain because you're dealing with things and they all come down at you at once, your health, your mindset, grieving others, what is your future? And as you get my age, I'm soon to be 67. When you get my age, now that I'm of an age to understand what my elders were telling me way back when, is that when you get older, you're going to learn some things. It's different. Every stage of our life is different. Well, now we're in a stage of losing loved ones, being of an age where you try and figure out, are you next? It's all part of your mindset. So what I did, things come to you. Things come through you for a reason. You'll say, how did that happen? Wow. Things that come through you are meant to happen. 4 o'clock this morning, because I had some serious thinking going on last night. Serious thinking. I couldn't sleep for like the 13th day. I was in a state of depression from a lot of things that were coming down on me. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up in a cold sweat. I mean, I was just sweaty. Wow. Okay. I don't know what time I fell asleep, but I actually woke out of a good sleep. Now I'm all sweaty, and I felt something different. I felt something that I had not felt in days. I felt a weight that had come off of me. Wow. This is a true story. So when I get up and have coffee, now when you have things come through you, such as you've been living in negativity for months, you've been living that negativity, you've been living in the stinking thinking, and you've been down to where you keep yourself locked in a room, you don't go out, you don't socialize. All those things are not something you should do. So boom, here it is. I wake up. The first thing, I punch my phone and I see a message, the word of the day from a brother of mine. Apply to now what has come through me since 4 o'clock this morning and when I woke up, that I'm now in positivity. I'm still going, right? So cool. Now I go to my car. I get in my car. I turn it on, and it plays a song that's going to take me back into funk. No, I turn the song off and push the button, and another thing comes through me, and I felt it. It was like boom, like another energized, like a lightning bolt that came through me. Like I just got re-energized, right? And it's been happening to me all day long. What was the song? Elton John's "I'm Still Standing." I'm still standing after all these years. I'm a survivor, picking up the pieces, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All of this is coming through me because I made a change and started feeling positive. And instead of shutting down the positive because I had it locked down and I was living in the negative had overtaken me to where Satan was calling me last night, telling me how easy it would be, how easy he could make it for me. No, I said, because then I'd never be able to see my baby and my dad and my dog and my niece and my friend. No. And I fell asleep. And I wake up to positivity, right? So here's all this positive stuff coming through me, and it's putting a smile on my face, and I'm not losing track of how this feels, to whereas the last couple of weeks, I might get myself as like a little, somebody trying to start that with the fire starter, and all of a sudden it comes and then it goes out. I might have one of those moments here or there where my mind goes somewhere, so boom, it goes right back into the negative mindset, and I allowed it to happen. So now here I'm in this positivity, and everybody that knows me knows I'm a very positive person. You can tell the energy that I'm sharing right now because I feel different than I did. I feel that I'm on stable ground. Why? Because I'm still standing. I choose positivity. I went to the gym. After I went to the gym, I went and saw my doctor. My doctor's happy with what's going on with me right now. There's some things we need to look at. So now all these things, I'm checking things. So some of the answer is in me speaking if they would get it. I'm going to the doctor. I'm getting social. I'm doing things to keep me active. I'm not in a funk that's taking me into that stinking thinking. I'm going into positivity. And it feels good. And the more it feels good, the more you want. So lastly, now I went to where I used to work, Vacaville Unified School District, and I applied for coaching positions at a middle school. I have not coached sports in 4 years.
So I'm not calling you coach anymore.
Before that, I had 43 years of coaching. I got young men playing in the professional football league right now. Right? I live in positivity, but I allowed myself to funk because I lost a loved one or loved ones, and I got down into that spiral, and I allowed that spiral to almost allow me to crash. And I told Satan, no. You're not my hourglass. I have my hourglass, and my hourglass is right here. And because I made that choice, look at the love and the positivity that I was given today. So change is possible. Change negativity into positivity. That's what it's all about.
That is some fantastic advice, because I think that positivity can better your life, and not only better your life, but better the world around you, just by changing the way you think about situations. So, coach. Oh, I can't call you coach anymore.
Why? I am a coach. I'm wearing my coach right there. I'm wearing my coaching shirt.
No, you haven't gotten hired yet, so you're not a coach anymore.
I'm a retired coach. So you can't say, hey, what's up, retired coach?
No. What's up, retired coach? So
whatever puts a smile on your face, man.
All right. So what would you all right, so there are people out there that say that positivity isn't the answer to everything. What would you say to those people?
What about believing in your existence? You know, in your life, you have negative and you have positive. You have family members that you haven't spoken to in years. You have friends that you haven't spoken to in years. Okay. So, and you choose to keep it that way. Right. And then you have positivity to where it makes you feel good and you stay within that connection. And so it's about you. See, you, my program is me expressing I need change now. Me. You can't have we, take me, turn it upside down. What do you got? You got we. You can't have we until you have me. Okay? So you need to take care of me. And if it's not positivity, do things that make you happy, that put a smile on your face. And you can start with the small stuff. See, I have a lesson. I have one of my workshops where I put a line down the middle of a white piece of paper. I put a smiling face with a positive on top of it. On the other side, I put a negative and a frowning face. And I do this periodically. Where am I at in my life where negative stuff, things that make me angry? So you don't have to think things that catch an attitude. Okay? Let's not use positive here. Things that catch an attitude are on this side. Things that make you feel better and things you like to do are on this side. And in most cases, for real, if you're struggling to try to figure out the question mark of how do I make this change, I don't believe in positivity. Start working on the stuff that make you angry or hurt or depressed.
Yeah.
Start working on that and take the small stuff that you can work with. And I go to the man in the mirror. I talk to the man in the mirror a lot. I talked to the man in the mirror a few days ago. I told him how I didn't like him. Yeah. And he said, I'm going to be here for a couple more days until I get kicked out. Well, he got kicked out last night at 4:00 in the morning. Okay. So now you start taking those small ones and you apply them to the things that put a smile on your face. And if you like it, keep it there and start pulling. And sooner or later, you get so used to taking the stuff from the things that make you angry or upset or hurt or depressed. And you start taking them and put them on this side that has a smiling face because it's positive, but we don't want to, it just has a smiling face and it feels good, right? A smile feels good. A frown does not feel good. So you can change from that frown, which is just a smile turned upside down. There was actually a song many years ago, right? Smiling faces. and apply that. And if it makes you feel better than you did before you changed and passed over, and don't just put it over there, work on it. Give it an opportunity to instill itself in you, because once it's instilled in you, it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, that habit will continue to make you feel good and you want to do it more.
Yeah, definitely. So I understand that you're very religious or very in touch with the religious side of things.
I'm spiritual.
All right, you're spiritual.
I don't believe in the church.
Well, okay.
Too much politics.
That's fine and dandy. I will not disagree with you. I will not agree with you. I'll just leave it at that.
Opinion.
So, but what would you tell someone that is not spiritual for dealing with the same kind of things or even different kind of things? How would you help them through their situation?
Call a friend. Call a friend. A friend that you can rely on. See, in most cases, when you get into this funk, when you get unstable, you stay to yourself. You don't let nothing in. You deal with everything yourself. And everything comes down on you, and you allow it to come on you without sharing it, because those that care about you or love you could help you. And if you truly believe in them, reach out and touch a friend. Ask a friend to talk story with you. You know, I'm from the island, man. You know, we like to talk story on the island.
Yeah.
Find a friend. Give them the topic. Don't just keep it inside yourself, because it'll cause excuse me, it'll cause problems. So if you're not spiritual, if you're not religious, right, that means then there's got to be something you believe in. You got to have some friends. I don't care if it's just one. I had a live today. You said you're on it. I saw one person that came back and said that they needed what I had said. And I said, you know what? That's why speakers, that's why coaches, that's why mentors do what they do, because if they can touch one, that one turns into two, that two turns into four, that four turns into eight, because they've allowed themselves to open up to at least one, and one accepted the challenge and said, I will be here for you. What can I do?
Yeah, that is, a lot of people struggle to find those people that are going to be there for them. And how would you suggest that people can find those people in their life?
You have to get active.
Have to get active.
You have to go out and be social. Okay, so if you want to go to church, go to a church. If you want to go to a Rotary or one of those there's organizations out there. Okay, if you're a mom and you haven't gotten involved with your kids' activities, try that. Not necessarily PTA, but go to some of their games. Maybe they wanted you to go anyhow, but you didn't go because that's just how you are. Well, you can make a change. And when you make those changes, now you've gone to your kid's game, or you've gone to that social, or you've gone to that Rotary meeting, or you've gone to church, and something has touched you, and it will. Because everything comes through us. And when it comes through, you're going to go, wow, I needed that. Because you put yourself in the right spot at the right time to hear what you needed to hear.
Yeah.
Get out of the closet, get out of the house, get out of the room, get out of the funk, go out and go to a gym if you don't have a membership. Whatever. Go out and be around people, because you'll always find conversation.
So what you're saying is conversation will help get you out of that funk, correct?
Yeah, because if you find the right person, that the conversation that you're having is of common ground, then you're more apt to open up to other things, because they may have opened up to theirs first. It's like, oh, here's an opportunity. Woo! Look what just came through me. An opportunity to talk to this person that opened up to me first, that made me comfortable to say, hey, I feel the same way. But you never said that to anybody else.
Yeah.
And you won't meet that person unless you get out of your house.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's so true. And I just want to thank you, Chuck. I know that you're a busy guy, and you're struggling with some things right now, and you're still here to help other people. Well, you were struggling with some things right now.
And yes, I'm helping other people.
Yeah, and I find that to be amazing. And I just want to say thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here, because this is so important that other people hear that there is something beyond what they're going through, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that they can do it. Because I feel that there's not enough people in this world that tell people, hey, you can do this. You got this. And it's so important that we do that each and every day. So I want to say to everyone out there, including you, Chuck. Oh, well, first of all, I forgot to ask. Do you have any contact information you would like to give out?
I have a website. You can go to www.meincnow.com. That's my Me Inc. Now. There's blogs. There's also a story on Foster Focus Magazine that may help. I have LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. And I'm in the process of having some good friends of mine change my entire brand around my entire social media, because it's been in a funk for a while. So we're rebranding. But right now it's or my email address is chuckprinzen@yahoo.com.
All right, that's awesome. So again, I just want to extend the thank you so much. I
You get a
know
double shock of
for
that.
Ohana forever, son, or Ohana.
Forever and
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. And a kuiko kako.
Hui.
A hui ho kako.
Hui ho kako. Until we meet again.
Yeah.
Aloha.
All right, guys. Now it's time to get to the last section. So I have to tell everybody out there, thank you so much for watching with us. We had people from all over the world tuning in tonight. And I just want to say thank you. And I also want to remind you that this week, next week, and for the rest of your life, you have to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But until then, you have a great time and don't forget, make every second count. See you guys later.